Hello, people of YouTube, right here, the Malik Aaron. I'm literally a couple seconds after I did Team America, and review time. Saw. This will be the last time we see this franchise. I'll talk about it, unless they make Saw 9, of course, which, I don't know, might happen, might not, who knows. But we're going to do not one, but two. I've already done Saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now the next two. Saw the Final Chapter and Jigsaw. And which one should we do first? Not sure. You know what? I'll be right back. I had to get something. Trying to find it. It's annoying. And also, a quick note on some reviews I'm planning on, movies I'm planning on watching. Because there's going to be a lot. Because November to December is going to be off the chain. We're doing Thor Ragnarok, Justice League, maybe Coco, maybe Murder on the Orient Express, definitely Star Wars The Last Jedi. I'm not sure after that. Maybe even The Star, just for my own personal amusement. But, yeah, we're in a coin toss. This isn't the best coin, but whatever. So heads, Jigsaw goes first. Tails, Saw, the Final Chapter goes first. Ready? Oh, fell. Okay, Jigsaw first. Let's go. So Jigsaw, the 8th installment in this long-run series of torture porn. And, well, movie-wise, timeline-wise, takes place 10 years after Jigsaw's death. That was in, Saw 3. Right? And there's this new guy, originally a copycat, who's, you think are doing new traps, right? Because, what it shows in the movie, you think, the traps that are happening there are simultaneously going on with what's going on in the real world with detectives and whatnot, but I don't want to spoil it, but that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anymore. So, that's basically all I can say, because the rest of it gets really spoilery. And I don't want to ruin it for any of you. That'd be terrible. Unless you just don't care. Then that's fine. But, yeah, so Jigsaw. What do I think? Well, I like it. In the franchise, personally, my favorite is still 6. There's 6, 1, 2, 3, and 5. The only ones I enjoy. 4 and 7 I really don't like. But I like Jigsaw. So, out of the 8, in order from best to worst, it'd be 6, 1, 2, 3, Jigsaw, 5, 4, and 7. I'm not sure. It's confusing. I kind of like them all in this strange way, but Jigsaw. Now, the acting is pretty good for a Saw movie, which isn't saying a whole lot, but it's still okay. The traps, originally, it just looks like, traps, immediately the Buckethead traps, they all had bucket heads that look like from the SpongeBob movie, where, Plankton, puts some bucket heads on everybody, and then they all get mind controlled, and they all hail Plankton. That's what it reminded me of. I'm just someone, Jigsaw, whoever he is, must have seen the SpongeBob movie in order to understand I don't know. I don't know where I was going, but reminds me of Saw 5 when they have to like, go through saws, and then they have to like cut their arm, have to shed blood in order to escape. Right, and then the next room, you're thinking, oh, that's not so bad. And then the chains keep on going, and Jigsaw's like, you're gonna have, I'm gonna spoil it. I'm sorry, but there's just some things in there I just have to talk about. It wouldn't be right for me to not talk about it. But yeah, Jigsaw's like, I'll give you these needles. One of them has an antidote that will help you all be free. The other two, one of them is like an acid. And then they're all fighting the dude. He jabs all the needles into this chick's neck, and then this chick her eyes, blood is gushing everywhere. It's nasty. So there's that. Then next, they keep going. Like one of the guys gets this for somehow Jigsaw clearly is the smartest human being on Earth. Because how on earth would he predict it? That there's like a little chubby guy, I guess. He's kind of like a jerk. But he hits the door, and then he's at the exact spot on the floor. His leg goes through, and then he gets tied in wires, right? Then the other two, want to help him, but then they have to go in their own game. Then they're like trapped in this big old thing, and this grain just raining down on them. And then down on top of there, I don't know what's throwing them, but there's a bunch of weapons that are thrown down, like pitchforks, knives, saws, all that good stuff. And then, like, Jigsaw's just like, you're gonna have to pull the lever, but if you do, you will lose a leg, but the other two will live. And he does it. He makes the sacrifice, and his leg's just gone, clean off. And so, all of them are free, sort of. And then another one, because like all of them had sins. One of them was a purse snatcher. Another caused like a car accident. Another sold a kid like a faulty bike, and another kills her own baby, suffocates her own baby, and then frames the husband like he did it because he like rolled over and like he suffocated the baby. And I'm just like, wow, that is just awful. If anyone deserves to die, it's you. Honestly. I'm like, you deserve to die the most out of everybody. And so after that, get to like a little, it's like a trap. Like he gets trapped, like he's hanging upside down. He has to get like a little thing, a little lever. Then it's just like a circular thing going like this, and then it just turns and turns and turns and turns and turns. And then he thinks he's won, but nope. He gets just shredded. Just shredded like, you know how like they skin apples just like this? They skin them like that. That's what it was like. It was nasty. The others think they've won, right? But then a pig head stabs them in the neck. And then they both wake up, and then just like, who did that? And then you see Tobin Bell as Jigsaw. I'm like, oh yes! He is back from the dead. This is great. And then like, it's not even a trap, it's just like a game where like one of them has to get like a shotgun, and one of them has to kill the other. But then he mentioned one thing about backwards. Then the shotgun, instead of going forward, right, goes backwards, kills her. But then the shotgun had the keys to release them. So they didn't even have to shoot each other. All they had to do was just shoot like a wall or something. And then they both died. That's not all. The detective, because going back to Saw 1, and like you have like this
this dude. It's like a normal looking dude. He's been through a lot, lost his wife, has a kid, right? And they're like trying to investigate murders. They start framing each other. A whole bunch of stuff happens, and then like the final two detectives are like the last people, and then they have the laser trap where like their heads are like stuck in this thing, and there's lasers pointing out, and then they'll close to their face and slice them in half. And one of them you think dies, blood coming out of his neck, right? Nope, fake. That dude, I don't even know his name, but that dude turns out to be another apprentice. So let's count apprentices of Jigsaw. There's Amanda, there's Jill, there's Hoffman, there's Dr. Gordon, and now there's this guy. And who knows from there? Could be they have someone, crazy people have enough to make their own fan site of Jigsaw. Who knows how many people there are? But, yeah. Turns out, like, I'm not going to say who he is because I forgot his name, but he's killer. And then another detective, he's stuck in there. And then the lasers are legit. Slice his face, and then it is one of the most nastiest deaths I've ever seen in the Saw movies. Ever. His head just... It looks like a starfish. It is absolutely disgusting. And... Ugh. It's probably on YouTube already. Someone probably showed it, but yeah. The first time I watched it, I was, if I wasn't like a hardcore Saw fan, I didn't know nothing about Saw. This is my first time. Probably would have gagged because it is just nasty. Then you find out even bigger twist. The traps, like I said, they were not in the same time period. That trap took place 10 years ago. Before Saw 1. Before Saw 1. And I was just like, wait, whoa. I was just so baffled. So, yeah. Jigsaw. And the traps are pretty good. Well, some of them are a bit generic, but others are pretty good. Like the spiral thing was pretty cool, and the laser traps were really good, with the most gruesome death in the whole movie. And yeah, so with Jigsaw, I'm gonna give Jigsaw, for entertainment value, 7 out of 10. Thought it was very entertaining, and I had a good amount of fun watching it. This year's actually been a pretty decent year in horror. It's Split, Get Out, It, Happy Death Day, and now this. It's been pretty good. Has been a whole lot of, well, there has been bad, but the good has far outweighed the bad this year. So now, Saw 7, the original final chapter. And it takes place after Saw 6, where Jill is just like, I got you now, Hoffman. And Hoffman's just like, Hoffman escapes like the reverse bear trap version 2, right? He escapes it. And then Jill's like running for her life. She's like, oh snap, what did I do? And then she has to fear for her life. She calls the authorities. Then she kind of like admits she almost tried to kill Hoffman. And then she's like locked up and whatnot. But for that opening trap, that's not even opening trap. It shows Dr. Gordon in the beginning, what happened to him after he left that bathroom. And, and whatnot. And then the opening trap. Yeah, 2 dudes. They're both tied, and the saw's like right at them. And then above them, it's like this chick. She's hanging right way above them. And there's a saw right here in the middle. So there's saws here, and then there's a saw here. And so it's like a trifecta. And Jigsaw, well, Billy the puppet, the goat, comes out. And it's just like, one of you has to die, or else she dies, and whatnot. And this is a public trap, which means everyone can see it. And I'm just like, how did no one notice this? They're probably like, must be some crazy advertising. And then like this one woman tried to hit the window, and it's like the weakest hits ever. It's hilarious, but yeah. So the game starts, and then the reason why they're all in this situation is because she's been with both of them and has manipulated them in certain ways. And she's just like, one of them, you gotta kill him, and then another one, you gotta kill him. And then they realize, oh wait, you know what? We're gonna break up with you. And then she just goes down and gets sliced in half. Or cut in half. Who knows? So that's that. And now on another story. There's like this Jigsaw victim who says that he survived the Jigsaw trap. Turns out he didn't. He's a liar. He did it for the publicity and the money. Probably. So, they even have their own little support group for former past Jigsaw victims. I'm just like, hey, I remember him. I remember her. Wow, this is good old nostalgia. Yeah. And there's like this one woman, I'm just like, I've never seen you in this series. And then it shows like a trap where her and like this other dude, I presume that's her husband, are like hanging, and then below them just a bunch of saws, and she just slaps him, and then he just goes right down. And I'm just like, when did this take place? I don't remember this in the canon. Whatnot. So yeah. And then all this happens to Dr. Gordon just in the shadow, because that's clearly not suspicious in any way. Goes to them and just says it, gives them thanks in a very creepy way. Then he leaves. And then Jill, she's like leaving a place, and then she sees like a tricycle. Well, yeah, she's like a little bike that she gets kidnapped, and you think, okay, this is the moment she dies, because she is one of the most annoying people in the whole series. And everyone was just waiting for her to die, and like Hoffman, he says it best, but it's just like, when I was wrong about killing you, Jill, I can only do it once. And then what he's doing isn't even a trap, it's just straight murder. And he has like a machine, it's a big old blade, goes right to her, and you think she's dead, but then it's just all a dream. I'm just like, what a waste. And then another trap that's unrelated to the plot, but it's just there for the sake of being there. You have a bunch of racists, and like one of them is stuck to a car, his back's literally glued to the seat. And then it's like a chain reaction where like his girlfriend's under, with a tire right above her head. Another dude is just like chains in his mouth and his arms. And another dude's just like stuck there like on a wall. Just like, you have to grab a lever. If you don't, everyone dies. And he tried, the kid tries, and he fails. And then everyone dies. The woman gets her face just obliterated. The dude gets his mouth and arms ripped off. The other dude just gets ran over. And then the dude whose back was glued just flies out the car and just... Yeah, it's pretty fun, honestly. So then this fake Jigsaw survivor, he gets kidnapped, put in the game, and like his wife is like in a room. He has to go get her in like an hour. So what does he have to do? Well, first he has to escape like his own little trap, where he's like in a cage and there's like spikes underneath him. And then he survives. Then he has to his assistant, who just won't shut up. In her trap, all she has to do is shut up, because there's like a hook in her stomach, and he has to literally pull it out like this. And she wouldn't shut up, and then a whole bunch of spikes just went through her neck, and I'm just like, this was so simple. Come on. And then after that, another one is assistants. Like she's on a machine, and like there's like a big old like another more spiky things. 2 go to her eyes, 1 goes to her mouth. And the way he has to supposedly help her So he has to like lift up a thing, and then that thing just goes right into his sides. He tries, he fails, and she dies in a gruesome fashion. And then he goes to this other guy, his friend. He's like stuck, like he's on a little thing, and he can't see at all. And what he has to do, main character is Bobby, sorry, but so Bobby has to help his friend. He has to like go far enough distance, to reach him and then get him a key. But of course, the best thing you do is to throw somebody a key whose hands are like all shaking and whatnot. I'm like, that's a great idea. And then the dude hung. Shame. And then before he can get to the end of the game, he has to remove like 2 of his teeth so he can get combinations, and it's just blood everywhere. I was like, This is why I hate dentistry. And he finally reaches it, but he has to do the trap that he proclaimed. He had to like put hooks in his like pectoral muscles, and he has to climb up and then like plug a thing in order for her to be free. He tries, but his pectoral muscles can't support his weight, and he dies. Well, he doesn't die, but his wife dies. She just gets cooked alive. She gets burned and dies. So that's the end of her. Not only that, Hoffman still out there. And he straight up murders, and the entire police force, all of them just dead. And it's in a pretty entertaining fashion. He just murders. He's like a one-man wrecking crew. So he gets Jill, knocks her unconscious, puts her in the original reverse bear trap, and she dies. We finally get to see what happens when someone fails at this. And then it just, a bunch of pink blood just go everywhere. And it's just like, game over. And then he like burns down his little warehouse of jigsaw traps. And then he thinks he's alright, but a bunch of pigheads come out of nowhere, attack him. And one of them is Dr. Gordon. So Dr. Gordon has always been helping Jigsaw since the beginning, which honestly makes sense. I mean, it's the reason why some of the surgeries were even possible, and some of the traps, like in Saw 4, the last guy his eyes sewed, and in Saw 2 where a key was put in his eye. None of those would have been possible without Dr. Gordon. And in the end, Dr. Gordon, he puts Hoffman in the same position he was in the beginning, locked in that bathroom, and then he's just like, game over. I'm just like, that's the end of this franchise. Wow, it was fun, I guess. I mean, so what I like, traps were pretty nice. Some of them were clearly for entertainment's sake. Others were for the story. Some are cool, some are kind of lackluster, mixed. And there's a lot of traps in this movie, far more than any Saw movie in history. They wanted to go out on an extravaganza of gore, which makes sense. Characters. Main character. I mean, his story's interesting, but him as a character isn't interesting. Neither are his friends or his wife. Hoffman. You're just kind of like, okay, we're just going to be stuck with this guy. Jill, it was so satisfying to see her die because she was real annoying in Saw 6. So that's good. That police force, useless. The color palette was weird in this one. Everything was like all colored and just looked weird. Like just clearly like yellow color, like yellow, just like blue and like yellow, it's like green. Yeah, it was kind of. I wasn't a fan of the color palette because it just looked weird, and also it made like pink blood, not red blood, pink blood, which kind of looked silly. And then the 3D, oh boy. I didn't see this movie in 3D, but it's pretty obvious. It kind of sucks. Even without 3D, it still sucks. And I believe that's it for Saw 7. Not the best ending to a series. It's probably... Well, I don't know how I would rate the Saw movies. 4 and 7 are my least favorite, but I don't know which one is worse. One's more entertaining, but the other is a bit more better paced, more story to it. So, Saw 7, what I'm going to give it out of 10? I'm going to be lenient. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Kind of lackluster, has some fun moments, but still not the best way to end a series. Thankfully, they made another one, Jigsaw, so that's good. So yeah, that's that. Next review, I have to go check real quick. Okay, next review. It is a Matrix movie. It is the third Matrix movie, so we're skipping over part 2. We're going to part 3. Matrix Revolutions. Oh, man, I hate that movie. Yeah. So that's the next review. So make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment. I will see you all next time. And I am out.